Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a slightly longer intro for you. Those of you that recognize the area will know exactly where I am. Do not be fooled by this sunshine. Yesterday we had circa 60 millimeters of rain fell within 24 very short hours. So I'm going to open this video down here at the beautiful Richmond Falls. Now, to put this into context, we haven't really had any rain of any significance since March. Since pretty much middle back end of March. Now I can already see that there is a lot of spray and spume rising from the river, so let's jump off the bike and have a look at this river, then get the video fully opened. Right, we'll just leave the bike here momentarily. Hopefully you can hear me for the rage of the water. Now this is quite incredible. We are now probably around about 6 hours since it stopped raining, and let's just spin you guys around and have a look at this. This is the upper section of Richmond Falls. Now this area here where we can see the steps are pretty much awash. Normally we've got around about 20 to 30 feet stretch of beach before we hit the river. Now I can hear the raging water just absolutely cascading over the top of Richmond Falls. Look at this. Wow, that is some volume of water. Unbelievable. Hopefully you can hear me for the noise of the water, but this is incredible. Not a single rock showing. And this section here you can normally walk all the way along right to the end of the concrete weir section, and the river just flows over that very end precipice there. So that is going to be very indicative of how the ride is going to unfold today. It's going to be an interesting one. I have got a route planned, and there are quite a few road closures as well. So yes, we will have to be fairly adaptive on this route. So on that note, that should give you guys enough chance to grab yourself a beer, grab yourself a brew, and come with me on this probably quite adaptable Biking Buddies TRF upload. Let's roll VT.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison, what's your pleasure?
That new gas is far too squeaky clean and new. Won't be looking like that when we finish the ride. Hey, it's actually quite good that Michael has joined us today. Very impromptu but very good as well. So yes, we just had a quick count up there. We are actually 9 bikes up today. Okay, so that's all the intro stuff done and dusted. We're out on the ride now. 9 bikes up, including myself. So we're heading out towards Redmire. That's going to be our opener as always. Nice and easy, nice gentle little lead in. And yes, you can certainly see by the road sections here we've had quite a bit of flooding. So today's route will avoid all water crossings. Not a big fan of those at the best of times, but I think speaking with the run leaders today on the September TRF ride, there will be no river crossings per se, bar maybe just a tiny little water, stay there, thank you, little water splashette here or there. So yes, let's work our way up to Redmire and get ourselves into the dirty stuff. Okay, here we are then, Redmire, first one. Let's get ourselves away. We have got a little bit of a splashette to navigate through, and I would imagine that there'll be a little bit of water in there today. Wow, yeah, there certainly is. Look at that. Don't think I've ever seen that as deep as it is. Wow, that's a deep one. Let's check we all got through okay. Looking good. This is, I don't think I've ever seen that as deep as it is. Hey! That just shows you how much water that we've had, how much rain has come down in this past 24 hours or so. Whoa, what a stall. Yeah, that's deep, huh? Wow, that is deep. I bet you're glad you didn't pick Helwith and Goats now. That's normally like inches. I've never seen that as deep as that. Right, well that certainly washed the bikes off. Let's go. Okay. And here we are. That's yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that water level as deep as it is, so it'll be very, very interesting later just to see how that is affecting some of the road sections that we do that are very prone to flooding. But wow, that was a bit of an eye-opener. So we're just coming up to our next lane now, which takes us through Mopus Gate up onto Hugh Lane, a very, very inauspicious lane. There'll be a few puddles and dips, etc. on it, but what it will give us is a fantastic vantage point, and that'll give us an indicator as to how much is actually underwater and how much isn't. So yeah, we'll get ourselves across and up onto Hugh Lane. Yeah, we're all with us. Got to take it nice and steady through Mopus Gate. Just respect the residents here, always. These sleepy little hamlets can get a bit irksome with off-road vehicles, ourselves included, coming through. So here we are, the start of Hugh Lane. It is predominantly just a straight line, basically, but it just takes us along the escarpment, but it certainly is better than just bouncing our way along the road. So we'll get our way across just to clear these trees immediately down to our left there, and then we'll get pulled up and we'll have a look at the end of the lane. What a beautiful, beautiful view that we get all the way down Wensleydale up towards the market town of Hawes. That's where we're ultimately heading, and that's the bit that is renowned for being flooded. Always floods after heavy rain. What an absolutely amazing, incredible view that is. Certainly the very low-lying fields appear to be flooded, but hopefully the roads either side of them will be clear. Time will tell. We're only one lane away, 2 lanes away from finding out. And here we are in the Yorkshire Dales. This is rush hour. It only takes one to make the move and they'll all follow. The Swaledales are a bonny sheep. Very, very typical. You can see why the Yorkshire Dales use them for their symbol for the national park. Well, that's easy to circumnavigate a little bit of total gridlock, man. So here we are, Gill. Just got to be very respectful of the properties. Good morning. Beautiful, beautiful bridge that. Came over there, well, tried to come over there a couple of years ago with Leo. He was leading a ride, and that bridge was actually under construction, being rebuilt. So we had to double back. But this is a nice little lane, nice and short, a little bit rocky and stony. But it is a nice short little lane. And it's always worth just throwing in, just because it's here. And at the end of the day, why would you not? Oh, excellent, the gate's open, even better. So I think what we'll do is we'll get ourselves pulled up at the top. That'll be a very good photo opportunity, a good photo shoot. And it'll also give us a good opportunity to have a look and see what's flooded and what's not. Quick 2-minute stop, photo shoot. We'll have 2 minutes here. Wow, look at all of the flood water down here to my left. These fields are just choked. Hopefully, yeah, like I say, hopefully the river levels are down at embankment level now. So we drop down to a road section. The fact that we've got cars coming up bodes very well. And the fact that I can see grass and not water equally bodes very well. But this is a section, or one of the sections, that is renowned for flooding. And you can certainly see why. Yeah, this has been underwater without shadow of a doubt. All the debris. Oh, we're still a little bit flooded, but that just looks like a puddle. That's fine. you can certainly see how all of this would have been completely and utterly awash. And that was always a concern today, was how much water was going to be on this section, particularly. Still bubbling up and coming through though, on our way up to the Coffee Bean Trail. And this is where the tide mark's been. Look at that. Yeah, we would most definitely have struggled at that. Okay, so we've picked up the start of the Lady Anne Highway, and we work our way up towards the piece of public art, or the sculpture, commonly known as the Coffee Bean, or the Crab Claw, or the Water Cut. It is supposed to signify the River Eden, cutting its way through the valley out towards the Irish Sea. All these little water courses here, these are normally empty or just kind of tiny little trickle. Obviously they've got quite a bit of water in them today. So it's a good track, this one, but it is quite rutty in places, and grass and mud on top of it. So I am just ducking in and out of this centre band when we get predominantly just grass. And then I do duck out of it into the four-wheel drive ruts either side, but they can be quite rough as well, which is less than ideal for the bike. So we're working our way up now to Gill. Got no choice but to be in this rocky section here. The trouble is the grass is so damn slippy that it's very difficult to navigate a bigger bike. But that is just the nature of the beast. We are pushing up onto the limestone pavement, and here we are, look, the limestone pavement showing through. I'm going to try and get up here now and stay up here. That should be better. Path of least resistance. Right, so we're on the plateau now. This is making our final approaches towards the Coffee Bean, or the public sculpture, public art. So a little bit about the group that we've got out with us today then. Yeah, rather unexpected. It is a monthly social for the TRF, so I always put my name down to lead the ADV sector, or the bigger bike sector, and I purposely put a route down today that was going to be relatively easy, not particularly taxing, partly because of the weather, but also I've done so much of late with the TRF that I actually just fancied a nice easy day. So on arrival at the meeting point, there was a group that had come up from largely, let's say, the Peak District. So there's people here from Chesterfield, from Sheffield, from Loughborough, etc. They were camping, so very hardcore given the rain that we had yesterday. And their ride leader didn't show. He pulled out last minute. So yep, I've stepped up to the plate, and they've come with us today. And again, they're absolutely blown away by the scenery that we got. They did ride yesterday, incidentally, so they are a hardcore bunch. But yes, they're blown away by the scenery. Obviously, we've got nice blue sunny skies today. And here we are. This is the public art that is the Coffee Bean. And it is well worth a stop here for the view alone, and the obligatory photo shoot as well. What a spot, Leah! Right, okay, so that's the Coffee Bean. Absolutely stunning view. Looking out to the west, bike moves a lot better when it's in gear. Come on, sheep, out you go. Perfect. This is just a beautiful descent. It's really nice just to get some kind words from the people that are have made the trip up. Just all very grateful that they could just bolt themselves into our group, which is fantastic. And here's the first one, I do believe. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. It's just got a little bit of an exit, this one, where you kind of got to be not committed, but just a little bit. Committed. And there's a couple more of those as we drop down before we're at the bungalow down at the bottom. What an absolutely superb day, and what a superb trail. Here's another one, Ah, this one actually looks to be dry. This is quite the suspension step in, that one. And here's another one. Again, dry, so that is a good indicator that the water levels are very definitely receding as every hour of the day passes. Ah, there is one more. I thought there was one more. There's quite a bit of water in this one. If you want to just go to the bottom to the gate, I'll film our guys through there. Just go to the bottom to the gate. Okay then folks, so here we are in the not quite so sleepy little market town of Hawes. If you have a look around there, you will see it is always super busy with bikes, and today we treated ourselves to a punnet of chips just to see us on our way. So yeah, we'll just kind of have a little bit of a refreshment break here, and then we'll get ourselves underway and pick this back up when we're on the trails. Wow, okay, so that is lunch out the way. Here we are in Gill, just going over Gill Beck. We're not going to go through the ford here, but just have a look at the water. Yeah, levels are definitely dropping. We can see the water is now starting to clear up a little bit. Let's just cut across. Yep, it's starting to clear up a little bit, and yeah, definitely the water levels are receding. So onwards and upwards, the Roman road next. We do get a sense of elevation up here, make no bones about that, and this is the Roman road. I guess this is the more interesting section of it really, before we just pick the straight line up. A few jumps and whoops on the way down, always good fun, but this certainly rattles the bigger bike, shakes your fillings out. But what a sense of elevation, absolutely incredible. Here's the other TRF group. Excellent to see you guys. Fantastic. So we're dropping down now into Marset, and I did say we'd have a look at Sema Water. If there was car park left, we wouldn't do the water crossing. Now, I think it is sensible not to do that, given that all this top section of the valley here, that is normally fields, and the little hamlet of Marset that is nestled there behind us, that is prone to flooding. But let's have a look and see what it's like when we get down there. So yeah, I think discretion being the better part. Would we have got through Busk Lane and the water crossing? Yeah, I don't know. Possibly. It would be incredibly deep. I mean, look at this. This is normally just a riverbank. Yeah, it looks like the road is flooded. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Just incredibly deep. You've normally got about 20 feet of beach here. So I'm guessing, well, I know where the road runs, so let's just give it a whirl. It's deep enough. Don't really want that getting any deeper. Yeah, would we have got through Marset water crossing? I don't know. That's normally a car park. So let's just check everybody gets through okay. I don't think we would have got through Busk Lane. No, I mean, there's normally out 20-30 feet of beach here.
That's what I was telling them, like the beach is meant to be about 50 foot away.
The fact that we've got this young gent here fishing in the car park.
Crocodile.
What an absolutely amazing day it's been. Look how crystal clear it is, and look how wet it is down in the bottom of the valley there. We definitely did the right thing in missing Busk Lane. Make no bones about that one. Okay, so this time yesterday it was absolutely pounding down with rain, and today has definitely been one of those days where you just had to believe the forecasts. It was always going to be sunny, pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine and a tiny bit of cloud as the day lengthened. So here we are, 2 o'clock there or thereabouts, and a tiny bit of cloud building. So we've got this nice fast and flowing lane now across the tops to Gilbert Lane, and that brilliant drop down through the valley till we pick up Mopus Gate. Now I do like this little climb up Mopus Gate up onto Pen Hill. Got to be a little bit mindful of walkers, obviously, particularly with the beautiful sunny weather that we've got at the moment. So once we get past the residential here, we then start to climb. I would imagine this will be quite rutted just with the amount of runoff that we'd have had yesterday. So yeah, game face on and a climb, baby, climb. Yeah, that's quite rutted, that. Look at that. It's a beautiful ascent, this one, and particularly when you've got a nice sunny day like we have. It wasn't quite where I thought he was going to be, so hopefully that video worked for him. I thought he was going to be here, and you get a good little ramp off that one. I guess, you know, riding with water around on the trails is quite alien to us. As I mentioned a few times, we've had a few showers obviously, but we haven't had any significant rain since March of this year, and we're now in the mid to latter part of September. Oh, but you wouldn't think that today riding up here. This is a veritable riverbed. Interesting how the lower sections were dry and the higher sections are very much wet. Whoa, that nearly caught me out, front wheel. Just ricocheted away from me there. Hustle that bike up. Yeah, look at this, it's cut a big wedge in the track there, so that's coming down from the hill. Gonna have to keep the power on. Afternoon, folks, thank you. And up we go, last little climb, and that sees us top out of Mopus Gate. Let's wait for the others. 2, 1. Right, let's go then, eh? You by right, Miguel? Okay, Pen Hill. The boys have the lead, so let's follow them along. I would imagine it's going to be quite wet, this one. And famous last words, I would imagine, has just jumped into reality. Yep, a veritable riverbed. These lighter little enduro bikes skipping away from me there. Look at that. This is some water. I think that was Michael getting absolutely drenched there by Gordon. No, I can't follow you at that speed across there, gents. Not with that impact risk of the front wheel. Just about got drowned there. Look at that. That's some depth of water, eh?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Love it. Superb. Okay. Now let's get some catching up done. We have another deep crossing coming here. There it is. And this is another deep one. Excellent stuff, absolutely excellent stuff. What a superb lane to end the day. Very impromptu, bringing these guys out from the Peak District. Absolutely brilliant. Might be a bit wet now. Oh, superb. Okay, let's get the visor down. Right then, guys, so if you have stuck with me to the end, then thank you very much for your company as always. That was not the ride that I intended it to be. It actually turned out to be much, much better. So yes, the group dynamic was very, very different, albeit the nature of the ride was very similar in so much as it was always going to be a scenic, steady away kind of dual track sort of day, and I believe that's exactly what we delivered. So thank you very, very much to the Peak District contingent that jumped on the ride with me. It was an absolute pleasure meeting all of you, all 5 of you, just brilliant, really made the ride what it was, and particularly that last lane there, just flashing through the puddles and those water courses, just absolutely magical. Okay, so if you haven't done so already, then please hit that subscribe button. If you want to leave a comment, please do so. I try my level best to reply to everything, both positive and negative. And of course, if you give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, that also helps for the overall growth of the channel. So I've got to work my way back home now. The weather forecast is exactly what it said it was going to do, which was wall-to-wall sunshine till late afternoon, and then just the odd little fluffy cloud as we approach the evening time, and that's exactly what we've got. So to close this video out then, guys, as I work my way down through Wensleydale, the final thing for me to say to you guys is wherever your adventure takes you, enjoy it, keep it safe, keep it shiny side up, and we will catch you for the next one. Cheers folks, bye now, bye.